James O'Keefe just went undercover at the World Economic Forum in Davos, and what he got on hidden camera is absolutely explosive and unbelievable. These elites are openly admitting to spraying sulfur dioxide and other harmful toxic aerosols into the atmosphere to alter the climate. Sulfur dioxide, which is the same chemical that's released during a volcanic eruption, it also blocks out the sun and cools the planet. But let's take a look at what else it does to people. It doesn't just stop at irritating your lungs. It also causes itchy, watery eyes, chest tightness, worsens asthma, irritates your nose, causes sinus pressure, headaches, constant sneezing, all the things that people report suddenly having their allergies acting up and going crazy. And they're not just openly admitting it, they're laughing about it. This is real, it's on video, and it needs to go mega viral. If you're as angry as I am by the end of watching my video, please hit the like button and give me a follow and share this everywhere, because we need to wake the American people up. Now let's get into this. And here's what they really don't want people focusing on. These particles don't just disappear. Once they're sprayed, they linger in the atmosphere for months, up to a year, actively altering weather patterns the entire time. That's what I said, actively altering weather patterns the entire time. This isn't a one-day experiment. This is a long-term atmospheric manipulation. But notice what they don't call it. They don't call it climate engineering, they don't call it geoengineering, and they certainly don't call it chemtrails, because they said those terms scare people. But they call it aerosol injections. Same chemicals, same spraying, new name. Just to keep the public calm. That's textbook gaslighting. Watch this clip.
We invest in these technologies to assist with the warming climate, and the effect of sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere will help block some of the warming, and the particles stay in the air for 1 year. So, and actually we're speaking to some of the airplane manufacturers and to see if they can emit some of our technology into the atmosphere to help with the global warming. That's right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, climate. I mean, we don't like to use the term climate engineering. It scares people, so we prefer.
Of course, but it's but for me, being an engineer, I think that's actually what you do. It's like,
yes.
You can have financial engineering, you can have, I'm sure, climate engineering, because it involves something that's more scientific.
Yes, exactly. You're an engineer, you understand. And it's from Sweden, right?
Yeah.
So we don't like to call them chemtrails. We don't like to use this.
So what do you call it instead?
Well, we call it aerosol injection.
Did you hear that? They admit the spraying is happening. Sulfur dioxide. But they say the problem is the name, that it scares people. Not the chemical, not the lack of consent from the American people, and not the consequences. The name. And it gets darker. Kennedy Ricci, who is the president and CEO of 4Air, openly admits, unaware that he's being recorded, that much of geoengineering work came directly out of the military. He laughs and says the military does this all the time behind closed doors. Cloud seeding? The military. Watch this clip.
A lot of the work actually came out of the military, so they do this all the time.
Whoa! Have you worked with them at all?
No, because they're a little more closed door about their procedures.
You ever heard of sulfur dioxide?
Yeah.
You've heard of that? Okay. Yeah.
It's actually pretty cheap to do it. The ability to put sulfur dioxide there is actually a pretty cheap way to cool down the earth.
Oh, yeah.
So the opportunity for one or two people to do it is impressive. He went a little further. He's like, it'd be interesting if the government start doing this over each other's territories on purpose. Like if we start getting to weather modification as a government, either good or bad. The closest one I'm aware of is someone called Airborne Snow Observatory. They do some more like weather, I don't want to say modification, but more like upper atmosphere weather monitoring is probably a better term.
He's literally laughing about how governments can flood, drought, or storm other countries and finds it interesting. These people aren't affected by what they're doing. That's why they joke. And then comes the money. BlackRock, a $1 trillion financial giant, is literally named in the footage. They literally said, BlackRock is behind us. You'll see in the footage. DARPA is mentioned as well, which is the Pentagon's advanced research arm. This isn't internet speculation and conspiracy theories. It's coming out of their own mouth.
Said that BlackRock was behind all the climate stuff, so I really appreciate that.
Got BlackRock behind us.
We spoke to a lot of people, and I spoke to this one guy from Denmark, and it was remarkable because he actually said that they would think about doing artificial rain, and he works with DARPA.
We're looking at Vanguard technologies for creating our own platform.
Wow.
We're working with laser light comms and DARPA.
And are you familiar with this? How about SAI, stratospheric aerosol injections?
Oh, yeah.
Sulphur dioxide in the atmosphere?
So for years, the government and the media has been gaslighting us and telling us that chemtrails weren't real, that weather modification was just a conspiracy theory, and that anyone questioning the skies was crazy. Meanwhile, at Davos, we've got these elites openly admitting to spraying sulfur dioxide in the skies, a known respiratory irritant, and admitting military involvement, and admitting to rebranding it just to keep people calm. That's what we're dealing with. And they're laughing about it. They're laughing in your face. Jimmy Dore covered this today. He's got a great video over on his channel. You should check it out. That's where I got a lot of my information. He covered the James O'Keefe videos, and he brought on Dane Wigington from Geoengineering Watch, who's been warning about this for years. And this hits home. I mean, I notice it. My friends notice it. You probably notice it. You see these lines in the sky, and all of a sudden your allergies are blowing up. Allergies. You've got itchy, watery eyes, headaches, chest tightening. You're sneezing constantly. You got a sinus pressure headache. It's just so obvious what they're doing. There's no consent, no transparency, no honesty, and they're laughing about it. It makes me so sick, and it crosses a line. When Davos elites, military-linked institutions, and trillion-dollar financial powers openly talk about modifying our skies and joke about weaponizing weather, we're allowed to be pissed off. We're allowed to ask questions, and we're allowed to demand truth, accountability, and transparency. Huge credit to Shadow of Ezra for posting the footage, to James O'Keefe for putting himself at risk by going undercover at Davos, and for Jimmy Dore and Dane Wigington for breaking this wide open. And if you are as pissed off as me, please like this video and share it everywhere you can, because the American people need to see this. Thanks.